All right, I think we are live now. Welcome, everyone. This is Destination ERA, which is a rapid fire review of the tools and services that ERA agents receive when they are affiliated with our brand. Joining me today is Frank Malpica and Aaron Laban, and they are both from ERA Corporate up in New Jersey. So I'm going to add them on here right now. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
you, Michael.
joining us. Why don't you guys just introduce yourselves briefly before we get going into our presentation? Just let people know who you are.
Great. Well, first, Michael, thank you very much for inviting us and having us here today. It's an honor to spend the afternoon with you and the team from ERA Evergreen. My name is Frank Malpica. I've been with ERA for a little over 10 years now. I head up the product and partnerships team with my colleague, Aaron Laban, who's joining me this afternoon. We focus on, I'll let Aaron talk obviously a little bit more about herself, but what we are focused on every day is either building or finding partnerships with products and services that help our agents be more productive. And when I say more productive, it's all about how do we help you generate more listings, right? How do we help you strengthen the listing presentation? How do we help you capture and convert more buyer leads? And then ultimately generate more business from the business you've already earned, right? That means more referrals and more repeat business. That's what we focus on every day. So I'll turn it over to Erin Laban to tell a little bit more about herself as well.
Awesome. Thank you again so much, Michael, for allowing us to come here today. Really excited, as Frank has explained as well, to talk to you guys. A little about myself. I have been with Realogy for the past, I would say, 12 years, when 3 of those years have actually been focused on the ERA side. And as a whole, my background is focused in partnerships and technology, and really making sure you as the agent are receiving some sort of value add, whether that's through driving leads to you or increased sides that are being taken, really to make sure that you're being profitable and productive as an agent, and all of that through partnerships and technology.
Mike's muted. Thanks for being here again. That's always a problem. And we're just going to make this a little, casual. I know you guys have a really nice presentation set up. I might throw in some questions, and I welcome anybody who's listening to throw in questions. We hope that we can answer anything that comes up. But who's going to get us started right now?
So I'm going to kick it off, Michael.
All right, sounds good.
Great. So I will share my screen. Okay, great. So, Michael, as I started to say before, we do very much appreciate you giving us the opportunity to talk today. ERA Evergreen is a great friend to the ERA, our national brand, our global brand that we're going to talk a little bit more about in a bit. But I wanted to take just a few moments to really recognize, Michael, honestly, you and the team that you've put together, because you really do have an amazing company. I mean, you're operating all 4 of your offices between Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort, and Savannah, right? And I think you're one of the very few companies that I've had the pleasure to work with over the course of the last decade that balances your business between your mass market real estate that you do a tremendous job with, and all of your real estate agents, and then the really high-end real estate that you do so well as well, right? Which is, I think, a really unique balance that you folks have with your full service support team that you provide all of your agents. I just think you put together an amazing organization down in South Carolina. So again, thank you again for inviting us here, and thank you for being a part of the network. So Aaron and I, gave a little background on who we are and what we do, but now I want to give you guys an idea of what you can expect from the next 45 minutes or so. We want to first, again, thank all of you for joining this afternoon. and tell you what you can expect, right? So we're going to talk just a little bit about the ERA brand, kind of who we are and what we do. We're going to talk quite a bit about products. Aaron mentioned those, and so did I. And we think about our products in a lot of different ways, as you'll see as we present to you this afternoon. But really, it's focused on what I shared earlier. It's about how do we help free up your time, right? You, the agents that you are in the field, wanting to generate more listings, more buyer side leads, but not have to shackle yourselves to a laptop or a tablet or a mobile device in order to do that, right? Everything, to the extent that we can, should be automated, enabled through technology, not disrupted by technology, so you can spend your time on more profit generating activities. Aaron's going to talk a lot about our partnerships, and we're going to cover education. And education is something really important to ERA, and candidly, something I think we do differently and better, really, than anybody else. And we're going to tell you how. But first, I want to take a step back and talk about who ERA is. We are in 38 countries across the globe. We're in 44 states across the United States. We have upwards of almost 40,000 agents around the globe, right? So ERA truly is an international brand. And I think one of the key benefits to that, outside of the value it brings for you when you're sitting on a listing presentation, and you can now talk about the global audience that you're going to be able to expose that listing to, right? You also now tangibly have the benefit of getting referral business, inbound referral business, from all of those 38 countries and 20, almost 3,000 agents that you can see there around the world that are interested in sending business and buyers here into the United States. And we provide you a platform to be able to do just that. Um, One of the things that you're going to hear from us, pretty frequently over the course of the next 45 minutes or so, is this idea of taking you as an agent and putting you at the center of home ownership. Right? So what does that mean? To put that in real terms, we are responsible, and we work very closely with Michael and the team locally in South Carolina to make sure that we've put good product and platform in place that helps address each of these pieces around the customer journey and the client journey, right? And when I say that by pieces, I mean technology that helps generate more high quality leads, right? I'm sure you've all experienced this situation where you've gotten a lead from some type of online website, doesn't really matter where it came from, and maybe there wasn't a lot of good detail associated with that lead, or maybe they wouldn't respond to you, or maybe they did respond, but you wasted an awful lot of time on them only to find out that they weren't really ready to buy now. Right. And that's a waste of your time. That's a waste of your money. That makes you very inefficient. Right. So one of the areas that we focus a lot of time on is not just generating more leads, but generating more high quality leads through things like text ERA, the video websites, lots of other products that Aaron's going to share with you, right? But more importantly, once we help you generate those leads, or we generate those leads for you, we want to make sure you have something that'll help you nurture, convert those leads, right? Michael's going to talk to you a little bit more about a transaction management platform and resource that he has in place that's going to help you manage the full transaction itself. We've got a product that we rolled out last year, right, that again carries that process forward, that will now help your clients move from the house that they live in into their new home, right? So an automated process that's going to help them with that really difficult, time-consuming process of moving out of their home into their new home and saving them money along the way, right? So if you think about that from your perspective, your value proposition instantly gets wider almost overnight by joining ERA Evergreen and the ERA brand. Because now, instead of just helping somebody find and buy the home of their dreams, or maybe list, price, market, and sell the home of their dreams, you're also now going to provide them this concierge service that's going to help them move from their existing home to their new home. And Aaron's going to give you more details about that. But that's not where it all ends, right? You know that it shouldn't just be about handing your client the keys to their home and then never communicating with them again, right? The real opportunity begins now in how do we, as we put it, put you at the center of home ownership, or make sure that your relationship with your client carries on well beyond the transaction. We do that in one of many different ways. We have an ongoing buyer and seller follow-up program that we provide for you. Again, for the purposes of just keeping you valuable and visible over the course of home ownership, so that, as you can see at the bottom of that funnel, you're generating more referrals and more repeat business to make you that much more profitable and productive. Right, so that's our product strategy, is focusing on taking that funnel that everybody talks about, where you pour a bunch of business into the top and you lose business at the bottom, into more of this infinity wheel, so that the business that's coming in keeps feeding and it keeps moving around. So again, you can be that much more effective and efficient with your time and your marketing dollars when you join a great brand like ERA Evergreen. So let's talk a little bit more about ERA at the national level. We recently did a study, and some really interesting, albeit not surprising, results came out of it. What we've learned is that ERA, the ERA brand, in conjunction with ERA Evergreen, we're a recognized leader for our reputation, for our unmatched culture. We're going to talk a little bit more about culture as we move forward. But I want you to think about culture in really two distinct ways. There's the national culture that we've developed with all of our companies across the United States and across the globe. And then there's the local culture that's really fostered and developed by Michael and Christy and the team in South Carolina, right? And it's that hybrid and that connection between the two. Relationship building. We are very, very, very focused as a brand on building the relationships, not just building products and technology. But as you can see, we're also recognized for our technology, because since we were founded back in 1972, ERA, which was once called Electronic Realty Associates, was founded on the principles of technology. But technology from the purpose of not just building for the sake of building, but how do we focus on the type of technology that'll help you be more productive and more profitable. Now, as you think about characteristics that we're known for, ERA is known for being very reliable and experienced and full service. Again, which it's no secret then why management and owners like Michael, joined the brand again almost 20 years ago, because we were very like-minded. We've also been on the rise. ERA has been one of the fastest growing brands over the course of the last several years. Then we took a step back and we said, okay, what about our agents? What do our agents think of, and what do they say about ERA? And the top reasons they've affiliated with us, or the top reasons they stay with us, are because of learning. And again, we're going to get much deeper into learning, but the learning and soft skill training that we offer isn't what you've maybe seen from other real estate companies or other real estate brands around the US. It's all about real estate now. And I think a great example of real estate now has been our response to kind of these unprecedented times that we've recently been going through together, not just as an industry, but as a people here in the United States. One of the ways we've responded to that from a training perspective has been more live learning and a greater focus on live virtual learning, right? Our weekly series that we've done for our managers and for our agents, connecting our agents around the country so that you have access to some of the top performers from a real estate perspective all around the country, to ask questions and understand what are they doing that's really working in these very unique times that we're all navigating through, right? This idea of social distancing doesn't mean social disconnection. And we've used our live training to be a way to kind of take those best practices and bring them to the local market for you, and really impart on you, what can I be doing now and what can I be doing better to take my business and take it to the next level, right? So I can really thrive in some of what has been some unsteady times. We've also asked them, if you're going to stack rank ERA against the competition, what are the things that we do exceptionally well? And as you can see here, the common thread always comes back to productive technology, right? Again, technology that helps me do better, get more listings, get more buyers, more referrals, and more repeat business. Our unmatched culture, and again, training. right? So I talked a little bit about technology, but now I want to talk about how we've partnered with some, best-in-class technology platforms like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. What we do from a lead generation is we do all year long, we do search engine marketing, right? SEM marketing, key campaigns, lead generation, and we bucket those across these categories of receptive, involved, and ready. And we're following consumers throughout their online journey, waiting until the point when they're ready and are looking for an agent in Hilton Head, South Carolina, for example. And when they're typing in those keywords, we're immediately capturing them as a lead and passing them back over to you as our agents in the South Carolina market and pushing them directly to the websites that we provide for you. At the same time, we're doing that same type of partnership with Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, some of the biggest social search engines online. And we're doing the same type of strategy there. When people are receptive, involved, and ready, we're immediately capturing them as the lead and passing them directly back to you as the local expert to make sure that there's no disruption in service, that they're searching for an expert in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and we're immediately connecting them back with you so you can connect that process and bring them across the finish line. I talked a little bit about our culture. Now I want to actually share and show you what that looks like through a campaign that we've called, ERA Cares. And this is something that we've done across the United States. And it's, something that we put in place, a few years ago, but obviously it's something that's, kind of pushed more focal point on over the course of the last several months. And Michael and the team from ERA Evergreen have really been just an incredible force, within ERA Cares and Giving Tuesday. And Michael, I'd pause here for a moment and see if you want to share a little bit about what you and the team have done to support this incredible initiative.
Yeah, so we really took this to heart and added a lot of value, I think, to our local efforts. Having a national program that actually we could wrap ourselves around locally, and we took it. Obviously, we did this during the Giving Tuesday, but we took it a little further. We ran some campaigns with in regards to the Bahamas relief effort for the hurricanes. We've done during the coronavirus here. We've done a first responder or frontline responder lunches. We've done several of those in our community as well. And so we just took the whole concept of ERA Cares and extended it beyond Giving Tuesday, which ERA was wonderful enough to coordinate, and also kind of inspired us to take it further in our own local community.
That's great, Michael, and you all continue to impress me with your charitable efforts. But I know we started saying earlier that there's kind of two sides to this community. One is clearly the heart and the caring of ERA at the national and the local level. The other part to that community, and you were sharing this story with me yesterday, is kind of the benefits that you've been able to glean from the balance of the network, right? Other brokers that are doing creative things, and some of your agents have benefited from hearing what some of our other top agents are doing and kind of executed that in their local market. Is there anything you wanted to share with the folks kind of along those lines?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole frontline responder program that we did, I totally lifted that from somebody else. I stole that idea, brought it here. I said, that's a great idea. I told him I was going to steal it. We have done multiple programs that we take from ideas from our broker network and our agent network. We have an amazing group of brokers that actually right now especially get together on a very consistent basis. We're most of us are really good friends, have known each other for years, and the sharing and the culture in ERA is so amazing. I've heard from other brands, they're like, we have nothing like this. We're very competitive with each other. It's kind of cutthroat, but in ERA, we're very willing to share what works for us. And I find that also trickles down to the agents as well. The Facebook groups that we have going on, and we've had them for several years now, but they've exploded recently because we are we are in this mess right now, and we're stuck at home. So the ideas that are flowing back and forth, and the help that everybody's giving each other, has just been really, really inspiring. So I have notebooks. I mean, this whole thing is full of ideas that I've gotten from agents, from brokers, from marketing managers, from relocation directors, that we are working on implementing now. And hopefully we've given some value back to the network as well.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you definitely have, and you are looked at as one of the premier leaders in our network, as you can see. Just some of the activities that we have on the screen there. But I've always been amazed by, you say the ERA community, instead of being interested in sharing, they almost feel like they're responsible for one another's success, which I've always found fascinating and exciting to watch. So one of the other ways that we get together, we collaborate, we help make each other better, obviously through all of those live virtual events that we talked about, and clearly through social media, as Michael shared, but we were also very active in live events. Some of the live events that we do here, and this doesn't capture all of the regional events that we do, we have our International Business Conference that we call Fuel. We bring together several thousand brokers and agents from all around the globe, and we do them in different locations every year. We've been in New Orleans, we've been in Las Vegas, we've been throughout the state of Florida, and many, many other markets, all for the purposes of celebrating our successes, planning for the year ahead, and really just sharpening the axe. Again, learning is just pervasive through everything we do, and I can't stress the focus that we put on our relevance of learning. Right? We have some courses, and Erin's going to share it with you in a little bit, that really focus on your basic best practices in real estate, everything from calling on your clients within the course itself, setting appointments, idea sharing, and drilling on listing presentations, really foundational principles to help make you that much better at what you already do. We're also very active in the industry, participating with NAR and Inman, Gathering of Eagles, all of our diversity segments from ARIA to NAREP and NAGLAREP. And what you'll find, if you are already doing a lot of reading with Riz Media, if you spend a lot of time on LinkedIn or Inman, you'll see an awful lot of thought leadership coming out of not just the brand, but really looking at thought leaders like Michael and the team. Taking that as an opportunity to highlight and elevate what you guys are doing special in South Carolina for the rest of the United States to see and benefit from. So we want to talk now and shift gears into technology, right? Products and technology and partnerships. And the balance is really focused on this foundational principle of the fact that we don't go online, we live online. Right? Much like we are today. And more specifically, when we think about online, it's really more our experience as it relates to our mobile phones. And I'm going to just hazard a guess that everybody that's playing along at home and watching today, along with Erin, Michael, and myself and the balance of the team, your mobile phone is probably on the desk in front of you, or it might be in your hand, and you're not paying attention to me right now. Maybe you're sending a text message. And if that is you, that's okay. We actually have a program that we're going to talk to in the next few minutes that really is very, very focused on engaging our clients and enabling you as our agents today, and hopefully our prospective agents tomorrow, to be that much more productive. One of the ways we help you be more productive are through the websites that we provide for you, right? So yes, you heard that correctly. When you join ERA and ERA Evergreen specifically, we provide all of our agents with an IDX-enabled website, a website that you can completely personalize, that makes it more about you, right? Makes it very, very personal to the markets that you serve in South Carolina. Everything from your social media profiles to maybe the video that you want to anchor on your website, the images that you'd like to select to portray the markets that you serve, all of your sold inventory, live listings, and open houses, right? Everything that's from your ratings and reviews to a whole heck of a lot more. And we're actually in the process, as we speak, developing the 2.0 version of these platforms to take everything that we already provide you and make it that much better. Because one of the responsibilities that we have to you as our agents is to constantly be striving for better, right? The technology landscape constantly evolves, and it's our responsibility not to just evolve with it, but to stay in front of it, to really keep on the bleeding edge of innovation so that we're keeping you in a position of a competitive advantage. And the sites that we provide you are just one of those competitive advantages. And what you can see here is just a basic look of those websites. Again, you get a dashboard where you can customize all of that. We also give you attached to those sites a CRM system, right? So if you're familiar with many of the top CRM systems on the market, right? If you think about your KV Cores, your Commission Think, your Boomtowns, or your follow-up bosses of the world, the CRM system that we provide you meets and exceeds all of those other CRMs. It fits all of the features and functionality that you have probably come to expect from a CRM. And if you're not already using a CRM, then I would highly encourage you to pay attention to this key benefit, because it really allows you to segment your entire database of clients and focus on those that are ready to transact now. And then if you think back to that infinity wheel that we were talking about, where you want to nurture and care for those clients over time, this platform also gives you the option to participate with follow-up campaigns and drip campaigns to keep you present and to keep delivering the right content to your clients at the right time, and then bring them back to you when they're ready to transact through a very intricate scoring system and algorithm that we've developed specifically for this platform that'll alert you to when your clients are more likely to transact. Right? Again, making you more efficient, allowing you to focus on the people who are ready now versus wasting an awful lot of time in the car or online with somebody who's not really ready to buy just yet. Technology should allow you to stay in front of those folks and then flag you for when they're ultimately ready to transact. These platforms are connected to all of the major lead generation outlets available online, all of the usual suspects that you would think of, as well as many other websites, right? The good thing about the technology, one of the good things about the technology that we provide for you, is its flexibility, right? We want to make sure that it's not a very rigid box that we're asking you to step into when you become an ERA evergreen agent, but the fact that it's a very flexible box that allows you to do the type of business you want and run your business your way with your local support team. All right, so with that said, I'm going to turn the wheel over to Aaron Laban, who's going to talk to you more about the other products and services that drive traffic into your websites, and more importantly, drive high quality leads in. So, Aaron?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Frank. And if Michael, if you could just switch over to my presentation deck, that would be awesome. So, as Frank mentioned, he talked about a lot of great things that we provide to all of you at Evergreen. And I want to jump a little bit deeper into the actual technology that is available to you. And the first one I want to talk about is really the automated videos. So we know that video is certainly key as it relates to all of the different options that are out there. So we know that you need to have video when you are a real estate agent, because that is definitely one of the key ways to help sell your properties that are out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, Aaron is getting that together. I think one of the points that I'll make, and Aaron, I'm going to promise to not interrupt you as much as I possibly can, but I think this allows us to show how we work in concert with folks like Michael, right, and his team locally in South Carolina. Aaron's going to share with you the brand level video platform that we provide for you. Michael and his team have, again, taken what we provide and have leveled it up a little bit because of all of that high-end clientele I was mentioning that Michael and the team service so well. They've actually married this with Matterport videos, right, which are those 3D live tours And we've now, as a result, built some back-end integrations so that you can actually plug your Matterport right into these videos that Aaron's going to give you more information about here.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Frank and Aaron. Just want to say that Matterport, we adopted it, I think, when it first came out, and we've been doing it for years. We give all of our agents free Matterport tours. The reason being is because I mean, especially right now, that is so important. And surveys have shown that buyers really appreciate those 3D tours. So we have made a commitment to buy the equipment. We have in-house talent that goes out and takes the Matterports for our agents. We take the video. I'm super stoked about these features here. But that's just one thing that we realized that was very important, especially if you're working in what in our market is a very diverse market, but we also are very heavily military. You know, we think about Matterports as being luxury, but we're also very heavily military. And a lot of these military buyers and people who are being PCS'd around, they don't ever get to see the house, or they get a quick peek when they come down, but having that ability was very important to us. So that's why we give all of our listings a Matterport tour. So thanks for mentioning that.
Yeah, and Michael, I think that's a great lead into of why video is so important, right? There's so many people that haven't seen the property sometimes before they purchase it, as well as, you know, people want to see that video before they even preview the property, to help rule out properties that they might not be interested in. So what we do at the brand level, we provide all of the agents a number of different videos that they can use to help market their listings. So these are residential property websites. We have branded videos for YouTube. We also have videos that go out to Facebook, so just listed videos, as well as open house videos. And then we have unbranded tours as well that are pushed out to your MLS. And all of these are customizable. They have the ability to incorporate your Matterport tours. And what I think is really important is that they're all branded to you as the agent. So a very symbolized current branding with your brokerage logo, your contact information, and your headshot, because we know in the industry, your name is one of the recognizable reasons that people work with you. So if we can make sure that you're being kept in the center of the life cycle and prominently displayed, we want to make sure that we do that. And then as it relates to all of our social media posts, we don't simply just post pictures or videos of the house. We actually make sure that we're driving all of the traffic back to your website to help create that sticky experience for your customers. And then all of your clients as well, those are all imported back into the CRM, which Frank talked about a little bit earlier. So really creating that centralized hub for all things as it relates to the properties and your business. You can see in the bottom a sample of what our YouTube video looks like. So again, branding to you, and it scrolls through the different pictures. And as Michael mentioned, there is the ability on our websites to also have Matterport embedded. So what it does, it pops up a box right in front of our tour in the landing page that's there, keeping the consumer still on your website, but allowing them to really see the property in full detail.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Frank. Yep.
No, I was just going to say, I mean, one of the other reasons I love video, I mean, I think you pointed out a lot of great benefits on the buyer side. Something that I think I've heard from a lot of our top listing agents, Aaron, is one of the ways they get more business is because prospective sellers, right? People who are thinking about selling their home will often look at your existing listing inventory to see how you're marketing it, to make a decision about whether or not they want to work with you as a seller agent, right? So what I've heard time and time again is that providing this platform for video that's so customizable has really given our listing agents a leg up, because other prospective clients see how much they focus on presenting the property in so many different platforms in such an engaging way that it also helps them win more listings.
Yeah, and to add to that, Frank, too, an amazing stat that I love to share is that only 15% of residential listings have a virtual tour attached to them. But the beauty of what we do at ERA is actually create a tour for every single one of your properties, and it's done automatically. So when you're on a listing presentation, you are able to easily tell every single one of your clients that if they list with you, you will create a tour for them and it'll be published within 24 hours of it entering our systems. And if you want to go back and edit the tour after the fact, you certainly can do that and republish it, but you can rest assured knowing that you may get incredibly busy with other real estate transactions, but your tour is not going to suffer and your listing is still going to get the number of views that it deserves because it's going to automatically be done.
Awesome.
Yeah. We are actually really excited as well. So we're in the process of building out an enhancement to our virtual platform for your listings. So this is going to include a number of different upgrades. So it's going to be listing video banners, agent cameo videos, in video animation. So this is really kind of that next platform of video. And we know that video is extremely important. So how can we help capture the buyer's eyes on Facebook and drive more listing awareness back to you? So is that including specialized banners to say just sold in 24 hours or, top price in the market within the last few days? So how do we create more awareness about you? Agent cameo videos is huge. Again, some of us might not have listings or we might be in a market that is closed down. So when those situations happen, as real estate agents, we need to get out there in the field and still support our local community. So by doing this through other agent videos and providing you guys with suggestions and the templates to do it, it's really going to help you stay top of mind and in turn driving more business back to you. And we focus primarily on 3 different platforms. So we have Facebook, we have YouTube, and we have Instagram. And you can see on the screen, it's kind of the lay of the land as it relates to social media and where the users are. We focus, you can see, on the 3 big ones. And that's because kind of that goes back to that saying, you want to fish where the fish are swimming. Well, in this case, the majority of fish, those are on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. That's where your potential buyers and sellers are. It's not saying that LinkedIn or Snapchat or TikTok is not important, but we want to make sure if we can automate as much as possible, we want to make sure we're hitting as many people possible for you. And then you're able to, through your social media coordinator at your office, use the other resources that are available to you to help supplement the different campaigns that we run at corporate. And Michael, I don't know if you can talk a little bit more about the social media support you provide above and beyond kind of what we do at the corporate level.
Yeah, thanks. This system has been really effective in getting our listings out there, getting them posted to the various channels, leaving us a little bit more flexibility to do what we do best, and that is we have a full-time marketing staff that comes in and works our social media channels for our agents, whether it's helping our agents build their own content, build their own campaigns, or doing things for the company, blogging, things like that, and posting. So we're able to add to that. So the content that we're putting out is actually tremendous. It's a tremendous amount. So if you listen to any social media expert, they always talk about the amount of content you're putting out there, and it's valuable content. You want to make it valuable. So you throw in the video content, the Matterports, the blogging, the posts, the listings. All this is all various content that is going out to our consumers. And so if an agent's on a listing appointment, all you have to do is go to our Facebook page or our Instagram account or our YouTube account and check out what we're doing. Show them, because if you go to the competitors' pages, it's either, hey, look at me type of marketing, which is like, look, here's what we did now, or it's actually what we do is actually focus on marketing our properties, which is our product. So the product that we have is homes, properties, lots, land, whatever. And so we focus on marketing that. And so our listing agents are able to go back to our channels, show the listing client or prospect what we're actually doing to market their property, because we always get that question. So we do that on a company level. That's in addition. We have some really good social media stars. I'm sure Frank and Aaron, y'all know some of them. But they do really well. But any of that is just sort of our sort of icing on the cake for them. And so that we really love this platform giving us that boost, and it's all included, what you get with ERA. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, that's some great points there. So, and it's great to have kind of that localized content to be able to support all of your listings as well. So taking a slightly different shift, but keeping with online exposure, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the testimonials that you receive. So, and an interesting stat that I love to share here is that 85% of people actually trust an online review just as much as they trust a personalized recommendation. And I'm sure you can sit back right now and think about that. Think about that one time you were looking to purchase a product on Amazon, or you were going through and trying to find a restaurant to eat at. You read all of the reviews, and you usually trusted those reviews to figure out if you wanted to purchase that product or eat at that restaurant. And real estate is actually no different. So what we've been able to do, and we're excited that we launched this at our most recent Fuel event, is the automation of all of your testimonials. So we are now taking all of your 5-star testimonials and streaming them straight to your social media accounts. So what this is going to do, it's going to help increase all of the great things, the awareness, about the great things that you're doing out in your local market. And not only do we just take something and say, great, hoorah, I did this awesome transaction and my client loved me, but we actually still are driving traffic back to Zap and your CRM. So we want to make sure that we're not only sharing good things, but also creating lead sources for you. And we know that people are on Facebook. So Facebook is our primary audience. And so we want to make sure that we're sharing really your most valuable asset, your reputation. We want to make sure that is loud and proud on Facebook, so everyone knows all the great business that you're doing.
Mm-hmm. And to kind of put this in scale for all of you, right? Because as you can tell, Aaron and I are both very passionate about the products, but I think it's important as you guys are sitting there at home or wherever it is you're watching this and you're thinking, well, how does this really benefit me, right? It comes down to the very simple principles of, you've heard Aaron say time and time again, well, this drives traffic back to the websites we provide you, or this generates more leads that go back to the CRM that we provide you, right? This is really about fueling your business engine, right? Whether that's providing you more traffic, more visibility, more leads, more high quality leads. It's all about allowing you to focus on what you do really good, which is building good relationships, right? Building relationships with sellers and buyers, and then allowing us to fill your pipeline of traffic and leads so you can keep pointed forward so that your business just keeps building. Last year alone, when you think about that video platform that Aaron shared with you, we did 200 million views over the course of the year. 200 million. Like, so what does that mean? That's the equivalent of over 3 Super Bowl spots, right? So over 3 Super Bowl spots, almost 200 million views. But instead of those views being just about the ERA brand, right? Those views, to Michael's point, are all of your listings, are all of you that we're trying to get more exposure for and generate more leads for. So again, it's not just technology for the sake of technology. It's about how are we providing tangible business results back for you all.
Yeah, excellent point, Frank. And you're right. I mean, it's all about driving additional business back to our agents. And, if there's things that we can automate from the headquarters aspect, we want to make sure that we can automate it for you, because you guys are the ones that are in the field creating those relationships. And that's something that needs that personalized touch from you. If we can take on kind of administrative automation pieces, we're going to go ahead and do that to allow you to focus on what you do best.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to switch gears one more time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about consumer behaviors. And I think this is extremely important. It's one thing to have technology. It's another thing to have technology that supports what consumers are doing and what consumers want in today's world. We all know that the home search now, it all starts online. 99% of people start looking for their home online, and then they search for real estate agent. We know though that 73% of those people, they're actually using their mobile device during the home buying process. So kind of what Frank talked about when he started the presentation is that your phone is probably within an arm's distance of you, or you're actually watching this session currently on your phone. We are attached to our phones. We also know that 83% of millennials open text messages within 90 seconds of receiving them. And that is huge. We are constantly on the lookout of ways to get in contact with our current clients or potential clients. And it's really hard sometimes to start that relationship with somebody new if they don't answer your emails and they're not picking up your phone calls. So text messaging is really kind of the wave of the future as it relates to starting new relationships and getting your foot in the door. And then the last one, which I think is a very interesting stat, is that 75% of buyers still drive the neighborhood in search of their next home. And this, I think, is extremely key. So we talk about yard signs, we talk about different property marketing, but the fact that somebody's in the neighborhood, ready to look for a property, assessing the area, what do the schools look like? What do the parks look like? Is there a good downtown environment? This really helps your potential buyers see the lay of the land and decide, is this a place and a property that an area that I want to live in? And so what we've kind of done is we've tied together all three of these things. So the fact that we love our cell phones, the fact that we instantly pretty much open text messages, and that we also look and drive the neighborhood. We've put that all into one product, and this is our text DRA product. It is our #1 lead generation source. Certainly not a surprise there after I just covered all of those stats. But what's interesting is that 97% of text messages, those are opened and read. And with our text DRA product, we know that 60% of the leads that come in through this product actually convert into showings. And I think that stat is huge. We love leads. Leads drive our business, but at the end of the day, a lead only goes so far. We want to take that lead to that next step, which is providing a showing and getting them interested in a potential property. Mm-hmm. So what we do, we actually have a couple different ways of rolling this product out, but we really take a text code and we place that at the top of a rider. You can see the example on the screen right now is for you guys at Evergreen. Your text code rider is Evergreen. And what that does is when a consumer is driving past, they see a property that they're interested in, they are able to immediately text that code in. We like to think as real estate agents that a consumer is going to drive past my property, they're going to see my beautiful listing, and they're going to see my yard sign. And we like to believe that they're either going to, one, call the phone number that's listed on the rider or on the yard sign, but we know people don't like to have a cold call with someone they don't know, or two, they're going to Google that address. They're not going to go to the website that's listed there. To find out more, they're just going to go to Google, and unfortunately, they're going to end up on some third-party site where now your lead is actually being sold back to you, when in fact, you have the opportunity to capture that lead because they were standing in front of your property. So the text codes that we provide that kind of low confrontation, easy way for potential leads and potential buyers to get more information. And what we do is when they text that code in, they receive the information on the property. So, and as I mentioned, text DRA is our #1 lead generation source. And for the past 2 years, we've actually received more leads from text DRA than we have from Zillow and Trulia combined. And I like to think that these are more low funnel leads because they're inside the neighborhood. They're driving the neighborhood. They're not sitting at home on their couch Googling tons and tons of different properties. They are active buyers ready to purchase their next property.
So Aaron, when you say that text DRA generated more leads for Zillow and Trulia combined, what we mean is for the entire nationwide ERA network, right? All of our brokers and agents that operate everywhere around the United States, we looked at that entire volume of leads that went to them from Zillow and Trulia. And then text DRA leads, actually eclipsed that volume. So if you can imagine, right, how big that number already was, and text ERA is outpacing all of that, but now actually providing high quality leads, right?
And
Instead
I just want to add something there. Whenever you see my picture, that means I'm going to open my mouth clearly. I think, sometimes the pushback you get from this product is, oh, well, in this area, we can't have that many signs. We don't, we've got gated communities and we've got all these restrictions. And in our Savannah market, you can have more signs, and out in certain areas you can. But there's so many different ways to use this tool. It's not just for signage. We utilize it on flyers. Instead of putting the price on a flyer, a lot of neighborhoods will let you put an info tube with flyers in it. Instead of putting the price, we put the text ERA information. Instead of putting them in the home with the price or the whatever we say for the latest information on his home, text the code to 35620. It works in social media. We've been putting it on our social media ads periodically as well, because we're looking to see if people are more willing to text than they are to click. Sometimes people are scared to click because they don't want their information captured. So there's a lot of different ways you can use this to market yourself. And I know that there's other options for the program that agents can use on their own and things, but as a company, we have our evergreen code, which is GPS enabled. So anytime anybody's close to one of our listings, they'll be able to see what they are. But there's so many more uses that I just wanted to point that out that an agent could use. We had a session recently that said, how can you generate more leads even if you don't have any listings? And it was using text ERA in your marketing to drive actual buyers or sellers, because when they text that code, whatever piece of value information you're offering, that information goes right to their CRM, right to their phone, and they can contact them.
Yeah, those are great points. And one of the things that I actually love about text ERA, and one of the great use cases actually outside of listings, is open house flyers or open house sign-in forms. And I think you guys can understand this too. As you say you're doing takeout at the moment and you have to sign that receipt at the end of the day before you get your takeout, you cringe a little bit as you pick up that pen because you don't know who else has touched that. Well, it's no different when we start to think about open houses, right? And you have that sign-in form that someone needs to be picking up a pen. So you could simply just place a flyer with the text code on there. And when they text that code in, then all of a sudden you will receive the information from the potential buyer, and the buyer also receives the property information. So it's a great kind of no-touch contact way to record people that are entering your open house. But if you guys are actually playing along, I'd love to run this demo with you guys. And this is actually a great demo for you to also run on your listing presentation. So sometimes when you get into presentation mode, it's a lot of you talking to them. This is a great way to kind of change the dynamic of your presentation and make this interactive. And we provide actually all of our agents with a demo code to test this out on their listing presentation, or to even share in social media to generate additional interest of how you can sell someone's property. So if you start a new text message, in the phone number section, you could type in 35620, and then where you write your message, you will type in 302669. And this is actually Frank's code, so Frank's phone's going to start blowing up, hopefully. So, and what happens then? This is actually a dedicated property code. So this is going to take you to a very specific listings of Frank's. And it's going to share all of the information with you. So from pictures to the listing information. Yes, Michael, I love it.
Yeah, and I just got your lead, Michael. Thank you for playing along at home.
I appreciate the humor here.
I'll wait for your call.
I'll actually text you. Thank you.
Good.
What's great is, so Michael showed his phone, and you could see that he received a text message that sent him over to a mobile listing page with all of the property information. This is actually what Frank's phone looks like. So it'll say that he received a text ERA lead. It came in from the client's name. So in this case, instead of my name, it would actually say Michael Gonzalez, and it tells them the property that they were interested in. So yes, Frank, thank you. That's awesome. And what this does then, it provides you actually with the real phone number and the client's name. I think that's key. We receive tons of leads, and sometimes you couldn't read the chicken scratch, so you don't know the person's name. Or perhaps they forgot to include the digit of their phone number, or maybe they just gave you the wrong phone number. Well, we actually, because of our relationships with AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, and T-Mobile, we are receiving valid information from them. So there's no way to make up a fake phone number or to create a fake name. This is all live, real information that's being sent to you. And as a best practice, we recommend that you reach out via text back and say, hey, thanks for your interest in the property. If you're in the area, I'm happy to show you around. Are you free today? And that stat that I had mentioned, that 60% stat that they convert into showings, when that conversation happens, that's when that 60% applies. And we need to make sure that that happens instantly, because let's be honest, we're all impatient in today's world and we all want immediate responses. And we really strongly believe that this product allows you to instantly connect with your potential buyers.
Mm-hmm. So, Aaron, if there's folks that are listening in today that are already ERA Evergreen agents, is there a way or something that they can text to 35620 to get their own individual presentation code?
Yes, that's a great thing. So if they actually text GO ERA into 35620, there's no space between GO and ERA. You will automatically receive your presentation keyword, and you're also going to be given an SSO into the text ERA dashboard. Yep.
That's awesome. So, just yet again, right, another opportunity to make it easier and give folks access to what they need without having to log into multiple different systems, right?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. And if, say, maybe you're an agent who's looking to get listings, we also recommend taking this presentation keyword and sharing it on social media. It's a great way to say, hey, here's some of the technology that I'm going to use to help sell your property and instantly connect with potential buyer leads.
Great.
Awesome. So I want to talk a little bit about Ojo. So we are in the business of trying to deliver you more high quality leads, as well as better leads through technology. And we're going to do that through this technology. And what Ojo does, which I think is exciting, is it actually allows you to connect through any kind of online lead source or text product that you would wish to. And it takes those leads and then it starts to ask them a series of questions about what they're looking for in a home. So it's going to ask your potential buyers, what area are they looking for? How many bedrooms are they looking for? How many bathrooms? It's going to show them different designs of kitchens and bathroom designs. And it's also going to ask them about cultural areas they want to be around. Really anything around their potential property that they're looking for. Because they're really trying to learn, what does this consumer want in a property? And then Ojo's going to start showing them different listings that meet their criteria. And once they feel like they have a good understanding of what the consumer is looking for, they're actually going to transfer that call over to a call center, or transfer that text message and lead over to a call center. The call center is going to help with that high touch, high tech area, and they're going to start to ask them additional questions, like, are you pre-qualified for a loan? When are you looking to buy a house? Are you currently working with an agent already? And depending on how they answer those questions, we connect them with a live agent to really help pull that lead from that online source across the line to purchase a home. So now what this is enabling us to do, it really allows us to work with the willing and ready buyers instead of wasting our time with those internet leads, because we know the percentage of internet online leads is around 2%. That's a super low conversion rate, 2%. So if we can take these online leads that we get and pass them over to someone else to kind of nurture along the way and deliver the lead to us when they're ready to purchase, and ready to transact, it's going to allow us to be able to really focus on the right people in our business and close more deals.
Aaron, could I just make a comment there?
Certainly.
This is a new product to ERA Ojo, and we've had some corporate presentations, but I just had a personal presentation with them. We've signed up. We're connecting with it. We're excited about the ability for us to drive more leads to our agents, and we're in the process of implementation. So it probably will be a couple of weeks before we're implemented. But what excites me about this is it's all artificial intelligence. It's all next generation stuff. It's all new technology. It's not just like old kind of style stuff. These are computers that are talking to people and sending them what they are interested in, freeing up your agents, not from follow up. And then when somebody's ready to go, I used to say ready to get in the car. Nobody gets in cars anymore. They follow behind. When they're ready to follow behind you in a car, then we pass that lead along. And so I'm excited about the possibilities of implementing this in our company. And hopefully in a couple of weeks, we'll be rocking and rolling on that.
And Michael, to that point, when you think about now the multiple filters that these leads can go through, right? Mm-hmm. That Ojo first intercepts those leads when it could be coming in from Zillow, Trulia, Facebook, wherever, right? Qualifies them, assuming that that lead is not ready to transact now. Now I want everybody to remember that there's still that website CRM that those leads will then funnel into. Right. So the website now, the follow-up campaigns and drip campaigns, assuming that lead's not ready and Ojo's not going to fire it over to you, we just strip out all of the balance of that lead volume, putting it into those other nurturing, more long-term campaigns.
We have that be successful all the time. Somebody not long ago said, "Hey, this lead's been in my CRM for 4 or 5 years," and then they pop up. They just come up, and the reason they come up back to us is because we've stayed in touch. The agent didn't do anything to stay in touch. The company didn't necessarily do anything to stay in touch. We had the technology in place to stay in touch while they're thinking, while they're dreaming, while they're deciding what they want to do. Maybe they're looking at other areas. Our system tells us if they are. But in the meantime, we're connecting with them and staying connected. So it makes the best use of those leads, even if they're not communicating with us directly. They didn't call me back or they didn't, respond. That's okay because we have them now. We know what they're interested in. So it's been really good.
Love it.
Good. Yeah, that is really exciting. So we're really excited as well about that Ojo product. So I think it's going to be a big game changer for ERA and for Evergreen as well. So we talked a little bit about high quality leads and how we generate those for you guys. We've also talked about how we can help you convert those leads to being more efficient. So I want to pivot and talk about what happens afterwards. So you've found them the home of their dreams. How do we help you keep them as a client and as well as help generate more business from the business that you've already earned? And we rolled out an amazing program called ERA Moves. And what this program does, it sends hyper-local offers to your clients. So it's a 2-part program. And the first part is strategically timed emails. So we partnered with the University of Colorado and surveyed over 100,000 people that were moving. And we found out when were they looking to buy moving boxes? When were they contacting a mover? What other services were they purchasing during the move process as well? And then we backed into that with national and local offers. And what this program does, it sends out strategically timed emails, all branded to you as that agent that provides some sort of discount or value add to your client. And this is a 100% free program. It's automated as well, so there's nothing additional that you need to do in order for your clients to see this benefit. There's 2 actually great programs here. One of them is Home Depot. Everyone loves getting 10% off because we know that we're all going to Home Depot as soon as we purchase a house. And the second one's actually a pizza coupon. So we have a national relationship with Papa John's, and you are able to substitute this out for a local pizza place as well if there's someone that's near and dear that owns your market. That we can actually take their offer and send this to all of your clients the day before they move. because we know that 93%, 93% of people order pizza the day that they move. So what we do is the day before they move, we actually send them a coupon that says, congrats on your move. We know now's a crazy time for you. Here's something just to help to ease the burden from your local pizza parlor. We've had a number of agents reach out to us to say that was amazing. Our clients absolutely loved us, and they actually invited us over for pizza on the day that they moved as a way to say thank you. So staying top of mind during the moving process has significantly helped our agents build the value that they provide to their clients. And the second part of that program is actually our white glove service. So 3 weeks before our clients move, they are contacted by the ERA Moves team. And the Moves team is there to help them connect all of their utilities. And I know none of us wake up in the morning and get really excited and say, yes, I'm going to go call Comcast this morning because I need to switch my cable. This relationship allows you to bypass and allows your clients to bypass all of those hold times, because we know on average it takes 5 hours and 7 phone calls for a consumer to connect all of their utilities. But with our Moves program, they can do it all in one 20 to 30-minute phone call. So it really helps provide that white glove service and elevate the experience that you are actually able to provide back to your clients. And we've been in market with this program for a little over 9 months. We have served over 55,000 individuals, and that has helped them save millions of dollars at this point, which is really exciting that not only can we provide them a service, but we also can help them save money across their move as well.
And Aaron, correct me if I'm wrong, but as we were talking about this earlier, and you think about your listing presentation again, and you're going in there and you're talking about all the services you provide to that buyer who's looking to buy a home, or that homeowner that's looking to sell their home. In either scenario, they're moving, right? And on average, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we save people between 20 to 25% over the course of their move. Right? So by proxy, now that's your value proposition. Again, you're able to say, not just I help you find the home of your dreams or price, market, and sell the home of your dreams. Now I'm also going to save you upwards of 25% over the course of your move. And that's real money, as you can see on the screen here, having saved people upwards of $5 million over the course of all of those moves that we've done. Right? So it's a great value add for your service product.
Yeah, excellent point, Frank. And then when we transition, so the Moves program ends when the homeowner is in their new house, but we want to make sure that we're keeping you top of mind after the transaction as well. And that's where our ERA follow-up program picks up. So we know, and this stat is staggering, that 90% of consumers and buyers would work with their agent again. But at the end of the day, only 12% of them do. A lot of that is because they forget about their agent. Their agent doesn't follow up with them consistently enough. And sometimes they don't repeat or don't buy again until maybe 5, 6, 7 years down the road. So what we've implemented a follow-up program. Again, keeping your agent branding top of mind and providing some sort of value add, not just cookie recipes, to all of your clients. So there's 10 touch points every year for the first 4 years. We strategically picked 4 years because we know that according to NAR, a new client should be able to send you 3 to 4 referrals within each year for the first 4 years of transacting with you after they transact with you. So that means one person should be able to generate up to 12 different new clients for you, but that's only going to happen if we can keep you top of mind. So we front load our program for that first 4 years with a number of different touch points. So we send 2 postcards and 8 emails to make sure that we're keeping you top of mind. Once those 4 years are done, then we actually cut back the touch points and we only send them 4 emails. But the emails that we do send them, they're value add. There are additional ways to help save them money and provide an additional value back to you, and connect you to providing a valuable service to them. So a great example is our national partnership with Air Filters Direct. So your clients, if they sign up or if you sign them up for the buyer follow-up program, will receive a percentage off of their air filters. We'll send them a reminder that it's time to change their smoke detectors. So here's a discount for Duracell batteries at their local Office Max. Again, high value content, relevant content to home ownership, keeping you top of mind. So when they have that friend that says, hey, I'm looking to sell their property, they can simply and easily remember you as their real estate agent and say, I have an excellent agent from ERA Evergreen that I can recommend over.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Frank and I have actually covered a ton. So what we do is we actually will send you an email as well. So once you do receive a listing, you will receive an email with all of the different services that ERA has to offer. So you can quickly push out different communications if you wish to, or you can share this with your homeowners and say, hey, here are all the different ways that I'm going to help service you and help sell your property.
So Aaron, real quick, if we can go back one slide, I just want to recap for everybody that's listening along. We talked a lot about how we automate everything and we try to simplify all that you have to do so you can focus again on the relationship building side of what it is you all do and do extraordinarily well. So if you think about the list and all of what we've spent the last hour talking about, there's nothing on this list that requires you to physically have to do something. This is all automated, right? So you get your new listing, we syndicate that listing out everywhere for you and send it to the website that we create for you. All of those video assets that Aaron talked about, we automatically create for you. Michael and the team add to that those Matterport videos that, again, are automatically created. All the flyers and postcards automatically done for you. That great text ERA program, those codes automatically assigned for you. Everything's posted out on the social media for you. I mean, this is like having one giant virtual assistant constantly running in the background on your behalf to allow you to focus your time and energy on those profit generating activities, not on being a social media marketer or a digital marketer, right? But by building your business.
Yeah, no, very great point too.
Yeah, Frank, that just real quick, I love what you said there, because we always consider ourselves and we market ourselves as a full service real estate company. We feel like our agents' time is best spent being in front of their sphere of influence, listing properties, working with buyers, working with sellers. And the more we can do for them, whether it's through tools that ERA provides, tools that we provide locally, that we actually do for them with our staff and with our resources, it just gives them that opportunity. I mean, imagine if they didn't have to do a lot of this work, they didn't have to do a lot of these things that they might normally do. How many more properties could they go out and list? How many more properties could they go out and help buyers buy? So that was a great point. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I want to jump into some of our programs that we have to offer. I'm going to touch on these briefly. One of them is our luxury program. You know, being in the Savannah market as well as Hilton Head, this certainly is a program that is available to you. It is dedicated to our high-end listings, and there's a number of different marketing assets that do support this, along with the dedicated website. There's different search features that are available there. And that program is going to be growing over the next couple months. So you're going to see a lot of additional marketing assets come through there that's going to help elevate the marketing along with your Matterport videos.
And Aaron, I just want to add to that, because I think this is important. With the luxury program, Distinctive Properties, it's more lifestyle based, and that's a big buzzword in the industry, is lifestyle. And so if you go on the site and you look, you can search by beach, you can search by ranch, you can search by mountain, all kinds of things. So I think that's worth mentioning. Pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great thing too, especially on a listing presentation to let your potential sellers know that. Because we do know with luxury properties that it's not just about your local market. So using ERA's kind of international reach certainly helps when it comes to searching for lifestyles, and it's all centralized within that one website, which is great. The other one is new home construction. This is a huge program at the moment because we know that there is some limitations at the moment with the resale properties that are out there. New home construction and our relationship with BDX gives you access to over 130,000 different properties across the country. It's with a number of different national builders because we know that not all new home construction is found in the MLS. So our relationship with BDX actually helps you present all of the national inventory to your local clients, which is really great. It really helps you provide more inventory options to your clients that are looking for new home construction, or is maybe you have a client that's just looking for less hassle and less maintenance to property. If that is the case, then new home construction is probably ideal for their next home. And then the last program is actually our guaranteed purchase program. This is our ERA seller security plan. It's similar to all of the iBuy programs that are out there. This isn't new for ERA. We've been doing this since the 80s. But at the end of the day, if we aren't able to sell your house, ERA will buy your house. So it helps provide your customers the assurance and the certainty that they can move on to that next purchase and that next point in their life. Great program to really help drive listings and awareness back to you as an ERA evergreen agent, and really compete with those iBuy programs that are out there as well. We also have a relationship with Home Advisor. So on the ERA Evergreen website, there is a dedicated page to Home Advisor and the Home Concierge program. We know as real estate agents, you're constantly being asked for the latest contractor or a plumber or a landscaper. And sometimes you actually aren't able to recommend somebody. So in those cases, we actually ask that you or suggest that you turn over to the Home Advisor page and let them enter the criteria that they're looking for. Home Advisor is great. I don't know if you've had the opportunity to use it, but it's a very instant program that you can put in a quote for whatever you're looking for, and they instantly connect you with an array of different service providers that can help you out there. Mm-hmm. So if you are a homeowner and haven't used Home Advisor, I would recommend giving this a shot. And if you certainly are happy with the service, and I know a lot of us, at the home office use it and love the program, it's something that additional value add that you can provide out to your clients, and something you also can mention on your listing presentations to say you have this relationship with them and can help connect them with countless contractors as well.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the other things to think about here is, and I know we've spent intentionally an awful lot of time talking about how technology can simplify and expedite the process, and this online system for finding home pros is just another example of that. But what we've also done, based on a lot of feedback that we've gotten from agents like you all at home that are listening today, is we've added an 800 number and a call center that you and your clients can take advantage of and call the ERA Home Concierge Elite Desk, right? And that home counselor is now going to be on hand and available to talk that homeowner or that prospective buyer through what's the project they're trying to do, and match them with the type of home services specialist that can help them do that. So there's really two ways it can happen: online, if that's what they're comfortable with, or they can call in and take advantage of that call center support service too.
Yeah, great point. Yeah, certainly two different ways that they can access this program. We have two affinity relationships that we do like to mention. So our first one is military rewards. You guys being in a military community, this is a great program. What this does, it provides cash back to those who service military families. So it's either you are a military member or if you have someone, a military member in your family, this program does apply to them. And this is actually a Realogy level program. So it's great for us at ERA to be able to access kind of the strength and scope of our parent company to help provide additional programs to drive more listings back to our agents as well. And then the second one is actually our AARP program. We just recently announced this relationship. So this is the first ever nationwide real estate program that has ever launched with AARP, which is really exciting. And they have over 38 million members that are part of AARP. But we know that this boomer segment is actually a very large group of people who are going to be selling their properties. So to be able to partner with such a great program like AARP, and again, provide some sort of cash back value to these individuals is certainly going to be a game changer for all of our agents as well.
Yeah. So Aaron, just to maybe add to that for a moment, because Aaron mentioned something that I think is really important, is the idea of the support and backing that you as agents have when you join our brand. Right. So you think about Realogy, the parent corporation that owns Cardis and the Title Group and some of the top brands in real estate, is in fact the largest real estate company in the world, as one of the backing systems and support mechanisms that you have as an agent. Then you think about ERA, that massive global brand that we've spent the last, little over an hour talking about, and all the support that brings with it for you as an agent. And then you couple that with the strength of ERA Evergreen and all that they do for you, and all of the management team does for you at the local level. You really, as an agent with our brand, have just an amazing support structure when you think about all of those tiers that are standing behind you. And I wanted to take a minute to kind of give maybe a little understanding for what that Realogy relationship looks like.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, I'm going to just tag on to that a little bit. And Aaron, I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Sure.
Because I just want to show a quick slide. And that is, if I can find it. But here we go. So never mind. I may not do it. But what I do want to say is that when you talked about the relationship with Realogy being the largest real estate company in the world, transaction size, volume size, everything, not many people realize that Realogy is the parent company of ERA, and ERA themselves are part of a really dynamic set of brands. And I like to explain it to people as we are the General Motors of real estate. Realogy is the General Motors of real estate. So the other brands that Realogy owns is Better Homes and Gardens, Sotheby's, Coldwell Banker, Century 21, Corcoran. They own Cardis, Relocation, amongst other things. And that symbiotic relationship can be very beneficial to agents. We get broker-to-broker referrals all the time from a Century 21 across the country, a Coldwell Banker across the country. Next door, a Better Homes and Gardens may give us a referral. We get those referrals because we have a reputation in our area of being able to service those, but also that's a tremendous resource. We also have a global relocation network that, in countries all over the world. So I just wanted to really promote that relationship. Realogy has tremendous resources. They are, like I said, the size and scope enables them to provide us, the benefit to us is the technology, the resources that trickle down to the different brands. Now we all have our own cultures, we all have our own individual identities, but it all works together very nicely. And I still think the ERA is the best brand because of our culture and our ability to collaborate and our willingness to help each other out. But I just wanted to point that out, and thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, certainly. And I think it's a great point to bring up too, right? Because these giant companies like AARP are only looking to work with the best of the best. So, and that means Realogy. And in turn, that also means ERA and ERA Evergreen. So we're able to put together a lot of great relationships. And Facebook as well is another great example of what we're able to do because of the size and scope of our parent company.
Mm-hmm.
So one additional program too that we are able to put together because of our parent company is Spark. This is a system it's a system of solutions for healthcare and business solutions that are available to you that are exclusive. So it's a benefits platform. I had mentioned health, dental, vision, and this is an exclusive network that you can get access to that can provide you different benefits, whether through your current solution or if you're needing to change some sort of benefit structure in your life. And it's really for all stages. So it doesn't have to be for someone who's just joining real estate. It could be for a veteran real estate or someone who is looking to retire as well. So I would encourage you to reach out to Michael for more information there and how you can take advantage of that. And the last thing I want to talk about is just learning. There are a number of great programs, and Frank alluded to this a little bit earlier in the presentation. And I want to make sure that we do talk about this because we passionately believe that one of the best things that you can do as an agent is to work on your business, and not just in your business, but on your business. And that is really just consistently learning and getting better. And we are here to help you do that. So we have a wide variety of pathways for you to take as an agent. There are live virtual classes, there's online learning classes, and regardless of what you're looking to do next, whether that's getting your business started or maybe reformatting your business or even taking it to that next level, we have classes that are able to help you do that. And over the past couple of months, we're really excited that we've been able to really dramatically pivot the way that we've run this class, have brought these classes to your local market. So, and one of the things that we launched was just-in-time learning. It's everything from interviews with our top producing agents to masterminds so you can stay in contact with the best of the best in the network to see how are they thriving, what does the market data look like, and what's the new information that's out there, or what are the new products and services that are really game changing within the industry that maybe are going to help you stay safe and be productive in today's world, because I think that's really relevant. Today's world is different than it was a couple months ago. And how we kind of level set success needs to change with that. So how do we continue to be successful with all of the different changes that are happening in today's world? And one of the great classes that we launched is ERA Achieve. So, and agents that are coming through this particular class have had some pretty tremendous results. So it's one of those things, if you are interested in continuing to learn, I certainly would recommend that you would take another look into. And with that, I'd like to kind of sum it up again and kind of leave this infinity graphic on the screen because I think it's important. We've talked about, as a brand, how do we help you drive in new leads? How do we nurture those leads? So whether that's through Ojo, we have our SAP, we have our CRM and our websites, transaction management. I know at a brokerage level, Michael provides to you guys access to Dotloop to every single one of his agents. Dotloop is a preferred alliance of ours, and they're integrated at a number of different levels within our products. And then transitioning over, and I think this is what really makes ERA unique, is that transition from the sales lifecycle to the homeownership lifecycle, and keeping you as that agent top of mind and providing additional services outside of the real estate transaction. That really helps you provide value after the transaction to help keep you top of mind, to increase referrals and repeat business. Because we know that's actually where the bread and butter is. So if we can drive more referrals to you, because we know referrals and repeat business close at a significantly higher conversion rate then we want to focus on those, not just new leads. New leads are certainly important and we want to make sure we drive them, but we equally need to focus on those referrals and past clients as well.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, Michael, I'm going to turn it back to you. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add to this.
Just a little bit of a recap. Everything we've talked about today is that Frank and Aaron have talked about are tools, products, services that are provided by ERA as part of an agent's being part of the ERA brand. When we have conversations with new agents, they're like, well, all right, what are your monthly fees? Well, we don't have any monthly fees. What does it cost for these things? Like nothing. It's all sort of wrapped up into your normal split, and we have very competitive splits. So everything we provide, back to what I mentioned, I don't remember how long ago it was, several minutes ago, was that we consider ourselves full service. So we took what ERA offers, which is a ton, and probably more than most agents would ever even use, but a lot of it's automated, so they're going to use it regardless. But we added things that are key. We wanted our company to be on, like you mentioned, Aaron, a one transaction platform. I know MLSs sometimes offer it, and we didn't want people scattered all over, so we give everyone a .loop account. We mentioned over and over the Matterports because we feel like it's important. We have in-house photography services. We have an in-house marketing department that will help an agent build their own marketing brand, build their logos, custom graphics, social media help. If anybody goes to any of our agents' pages that utilize this, they'll be like, wow, this is amazing. And they say, yep, it's our marketing department that does it. So a lot of these things are things that other companies just charge extra for. We do not. We include it. I pay for it. The company pays for it. We roll it in. We have franchise fees. Yes, the franchise fees pay for all of these extras. Of course, the amount of franchise fees that pays for the value that we receive is way higher than what we actually pay. However, I've taken it upon myself. I'm like, I don't want a franchise fee to be in the way. The company absorbs the franchise fees. Whatever your split is your split. We absorb the franchise fees. So we basically pay for all the tools and services. So if you think, and I haven't run the numbers, but if you think, okay, if I work for company A and I have to buy a website and I have to buy .loop and I have to hire a marketing person and I have to hire a virtual assistant and I have to hire somebody to do my photography, my reports and things like that. What we try to do is enhance our value proposition so we become a really good value. And I know you guys know this, but it's been said lately that ERA is the best kept secret in real estate, right? Because of how much we offer as a brand and locally as well. And so what my goal is to make it not that much of a secret anymore. Make sure everybody is aware of actually what our agents enjoy, and even our own agents, to make sure that they understand what they're getting. But that being said, if anybody has any other questions, reach out to any of us really, and let us know what your questions might be, or if you want a deep dive into something, just reach me. I think I have some contact information here somewhere. There we go. So if anybody does want to reach out to me, you can reach me at michael@eraevergreen.com, or text or call me at 843-298-4097. If you want to talk to Aaron or Frank, I will be happy to connect you. And with that being said, thanks, Aaron. Frank, did you have anything else to add at the end?
No, sir. Just my appreciation for the time this afternoon, and my hope that we get to see each other in person sometime soon.
Yeah, that would be good. I don't know. We've got more masks now and all these sort of things, but hopefully that happens very soon. So again, guys, thank you for your time. I know it went a little longer than we expected, but that's okay because everything was valuable information. But that being said, thank you again. I will end the live stream. If anyone, again, wants to contact us, I'm there below. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Everybody.